Have you ever wondered how a company that once dominated an entire industry could vanish overnight? Imagine owning a business so successful that it has over 9,000 locations, millions of customers, and billions in revenue, only to lose everything within a few years. How does that happen? Blockbuster was once a giant in the video rental industry, but today it's nothing more than a memory. The shocking part? The company had the chance to buy Netflix for just $50 million, but laughed at the offer. That decision would turn out to be one of the biggest mistakes in business history. So, what went wrong? How did a billion-dollar empire crumble while Netflix skyrocketed? Let's uncover the truth behind Blockbuster's rise and fall. The birth of Blockbuster. In the mid-1980s, renting movies was a hassle. Small video stores had limited selections, poor organization, and ridiculous late fees. Seeing an opportunity, David Cook, a software engineer, launched the first Blockbuster store in 1985 in Dallas, Texas. What made it different? A massive collection of movies, far more than any competitor. A digital inventory system to track rentals efficiently. A clean, family-friendly environment that encouraged repeat customers. People loved it. Within 2 years, Blockbuster expanded to multiple locations, and by the late 80s, it was a nationwide brand. In 1987, entrepreneur Wayne Huizenga saw the potential and acquired the company, aggressively expanding it through franchising. Soon, a new Blockbuster store was opening every 24 hours. By the mid-90s, Blockbuster wasn't just a store, it was an experience. Friday nights meant families rushing to their nearest Blockbuster, excited to pick a movie for the weekend. The company was generating billions in revenue. It seemed unstoppable, but that was about to change. The first signs of trouble. As technology evolved, so did consumer behavior. The late 90s brought DVDs, which were cheaper to produce and easier to store. Blockbuster adapted, but it remained dependent on its outdated rental model, one that relied heavily on late fees, which accounted for nearly 16% of its revenue. This is where Netflix enters the picture. In 1997, Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph founded Netflix with a simple idea: rent DVDs online and deliver them via mail. Customers could keep them as long as they wanted with no late fees. This was a game changer. People hated Blockbuster's penalty-driven system, and Netflix offered a stress-free alternative. Initially, Netflix wasn't a major threat. Its subscriber base was small, and many consumers still preferred walking into physical stores. But the seeds of disruption had been planted. Blockbuster's biggest mistake. In 2000, Netflix was struggling. The company approached Blockbuster with a proposal: buy Netflix for $50 million and integrate its online rental model with Blockbuster stores. But Blockbuster's CEO, John Antioco, dismissed the idea, reportedly laughing at the offer. He believed customers would never abandon the traditional rental experience. This single decision changed everything. Netflix continued refining its service, improving its recommendation algorithms, and eventually introducing a subscription model where customers could rent an unlimited number of DVDs for a monthly fee. Meanwhile, Blockbuster clung to its retail model and late fees, failing to see the shifting landscape. By the mid-2000s, Netflix had gained significant traction. In contrast, Blockbuster tried to launch its own online rental service, but it was too late. The company was burning cash, unable to compete with Netflix's efficient, low-overhead operation. The streaming revolution. In 2007, Netflix made a bold move, one that would seal Blockbuster's fate. It introduced streaming, allowing customers to watch movies instantly over the internet. No rentals, no returns, no physical stores, just instant entertainment. Meanwhile, Blockbuster was crumbling under its own weight. It had taken on massive debt trying to compete with Netflix. Its attempt at an online rental service was mismanaged and too late to make an impact. Redbox kiosks, which offered $1 DVD rentals, were further eating into its market share. The 2008 financial crisis made it even harder for the company to stay afloat. Blockbuster's leadership failed to see that streaming wasn't just a trend, it was the future. The final collapse. By 2010, Netflix had over 20 million subscribers, while Blockbuster was drowning in debt. The company filed for bankruptcy, closing thousands of stores. Dish Network bought the remnants of Blockbuster, but the brand never recovered. By 2013, almost all Blockbuster stores were gone. The once iconic brand, which had dominated an industry, had disappeared in less than a decade. The irony? In the early 2000s, Blockbuster had all the resources, infrastructure, and brand power to innovate. It could have embraced streaming before Netflix ever had the chance. But arrogance, poor leadership, and resistance to change led to its downfall. Lessons to learn. Blockbuster's story isn't just about a company that failed. It's a lesson in adapting to change. Never assume that what worked in the past will work forever. Industries evolve and businesses must evolve.